I know I'm going live without giving you guys much notice. Sorry. I'm going to wait here a bit. Well, I actually have two beverages this morning. I know it's Tuesday, but in the spirit of Sunday Morning Coffee podcast here on Above Life channel, I have my Merry Feminist Christmas mug, but I have tea in it. I have to work on the decaf. And then in the mug, my Hope mug, I have, these are, by the way, Christmas merch. I have these tagged, just so you know. Actually, I didn't plan that. It just kind of happened. But this coffee is my Nespresso, and it's not decaf. But I have made it kind of Americano, so I've watered it down, and I've added some almond milk. Ever since my time in Maine, I am getting used to adding almond milk or oat milk to my coffee, and it's good. So I am in good spirits this morning. It's nice to see you. Let's see if I can see. Hi, good morning. Hey, can you let me know if you can hear me okay? Can you give me a thumbs up, please, as you're popping into the chat? Good morning. My medicine hasn't totally kicked in. It's been a little touch and go trying to figure out the medicine. For those of you who maybe don't know, about a little over a month ago, I actually had emergency open heart surgery. Yeah, for an aortic dissection, which is a massive, literally open your chest, open heart surgery, and something that people don't usually survive. So I'm a walking freaking miracle, let me just tell you. So some things have changed dramatically for me since then. One is the whole puzzle of medication. Like, I should show you that I have a whole baggie filled with medicines, and some of them manage my heart rate. That's the biggest one. That's my favorite medicine because it makes me feel better. Like it makes my chest not hurt. And so that's good. But I also have some blood pressure medicine, and some of you can relate to this. You're probably on some blood pressure medicine, and that stuff is tricky. And so in the mornings, I can be wonky. So I haven't taken it yet, which is okay because my blood pressure is pretty damn good this morning. So I have to check it constantly. So as you can imagine, because the doctors want to keep it low so it doesn't put a lot of pressure on my heart as it's healing, because it's only 5 weeks post-surgery right now. So I'm doing great, as you can tell. My best time is in the morning. I have a lot of energy. So I'm here on Above Life channel chatting with you while I have my energy. And then, quite honestly, after this, I will take a nap. That's what's going to happen. So, yep. So I got up this morning and had my tea and my coffee ready and chatted with a friend for a bit. And now I'm here to connect with you because it's Tuesday, and I wanted to do it yesterday, you guys, but I had a rough night on Sunday night because it's ups and downs when you're in recovery, right? When you're recovering from anything, it's ups and downs. So just got to be patient, which I'm not good at. I'm sure some of you weren't good at that either, right? Right. See, we know each other, you and I. We know. I know you're not good at that. And so you understand. So sometimes it's ups and sometimes it's downs. And it was just real rough. I'm going to give you a little update, which I've been doing because I know so many of you have emailed me, messaged me, sent me messages on social media, which I so appreciate. If I don't get back to you, I'm sorry. There's just so many, and my brain isn't, I kind of have this little scenario going on post-surgery because I was under anesthesia for 9 hours. Actually, more than 9 hours. I think they kept me under longer than the surgery lasted, like 9 hours. And then I was on anesthesia. I was under for a really long time. So it can really affect your brain and your short-term memory, which it has for me a bit. Things have started to get better. I've started to fire on all pistons a little more lately, but I'm still not quite there yet. I'm still kind of not quite right. And that, I guess I'm told, is because of the bypass, because I was on bypass. Yeah, I had bypass, like your grandpa has, like that, for a long time, like too long, like longer than they wanted me to be on it. And because your brain isn't functioning then, because the time that I was dead, basically. Like, that's going to be the name of my book. That time that I was dead, because literally I was dead. And so there's a whole bunch of stuff, you guys, tons of stuff that I'm processing mentally and psychically about the experiences I had during the time that I was under anesthesia, which was a very long time. And then I was in recovery for several hours, like basically more than half a day, almost an entire day. I think it was like 17 hours or something. So I had a lot of in between the worlds time. And so because of that, I have a lot that I need to connect. And I've been talking to really good friends of mine during that, who are filling in the gaps for me during that time and telling me what happened, how my friends were updated, how the priestess group that I'm in, how they were updated, how my family, my sister and husband and kids were updated, and how my bestest friends were updated, and how people were kind of coming together and praying for me and all that, and how my PRD group came together and supported each other, how I had clients. I literally had clients who sent me messages that said, don't worry about my session, just keep the money, don't worry about it, kind of thing. And I'm like, oh my God, which helped with the financial piece because I was out of state. I was in Massachusetts. At the time, I was on a vacation or a getaway. And so then I got stuck in New England because I couldn't travel for about a month. And to which I had my sister come out and twice to help me get out of the hospital and get me to a place where I could stay with a friend in Maine to recover. And so that required multiple nights in hotels while we were driving to get to Maine from Massachusetts, because I had just came out of the hospital, ICU, and it was a whole thing. And I couldn't sit in the car that long. It was a whole thing. And I had to sit in a bigger car, so I had to use a minivan instead of a little car. It was a whole thing. So you guys and my clients really showed up for me, and I really appreciate that. And then again, when I was finally able to come home on 11/11, started my trip back home to Minnesota, my place of origin, because I feel like home is like relative now. I don't feel like it's a geographic place. I feel like it's something different. I'm not sure. Like, that's another piece. Like, there's so many things that I'm pondering and thinking about, and there's some hard things too. I'm super grateful to be alive. Let me tell you that. I did make choices to be alive 3 times. And during this process, I made conscious choices, and I know. And I remember a lot of that. And I would love to tell you the stories and all the stories, and I will at some point, but right now I just really need to personally process. And I don't know how long that's going to take, because it's a lot. So it's a lot. So be flexible with me, please. On Above Life channel, because I do want to come and pop in, and I do want to be consistent as possible. I will keep doing Sunday morning coffee. I don't know about the channeling, how I'm going to channel, because there is a great deal of effort that is needed right now to keep my physical body safe and protected while it's healing in this cocoon it's in, because I came back to my body. And now I need to take care of my body. Not in the physical way, because I ate well. I ate super good, okay? I was like, that's why they were all like, everybody's like shocked, and like they were trying to figure it out. They're like scratching their heads like, you're fit, you exercise, I box, I walk every day, I do yoga, I eat well, I eat pretty damn clean. I mean, I have coffee, but whatever, occasional treat, whatever, but that's it. And there's not like a major history of heart disease or anything. So it was like this mystery. Well, how did this happen? I'm like, well, there's a psychic component to this and an energetic component, because it was my aorta, and the back of my aorta connected to my heart, the root ball, is where it tore, and it was like shredded, I guess. There's like 10 inches of my aorta that was replaced, which is like crazy. I have like this whole like thing in here. It's like, looks like a candy cane. Anyway, you guys probably don't need to know that. That's for my TED Talk. But I have a whole host of stories and feelings about my time in the CV ICU, the cardiovascular ICU at Cape Cod Hospital, and how traumatic it was for me in the ICU, like not being able to get out of bed, being a fall risk, not being in my right mind. So some of you, if I talked to you for like a week or two after, I wasn't right. So I might have said stuff that I shouldn't have said. Maybe. I had a friend of mine that I called on Sunday, and when my friends first gave me my phone back, and I was like, I got to make some phone calls, and I was like, hey, I called her and I said, hey, I sound funny because I had this thing in my throat for a really long time, and my throat is really, really sore. And it was because I was intubated, you guys. Like, I just had this little thing in my throat. No, I had a freaking tube in my throat for freaking hours, right? Big machines breathing me. Yeah, okay. I just have a sore throat, is what I told her. And I said, oh, I had this little operation on my heart to make it better. She's like, what? And in the meantime, for the 2 days prior, she'd been getting all these updates, and she got a call from my dear friend, and who was kind of in charge of like talking to my friends, because I had 30 minutes when I got into the ER, 30 minutes before I had to go into major surgery after they discovered the issue, right? And after the scan right away, and it was a whole freaking whirlwind. And so I called a few key people, and one of them was my good friend Rebecca, and I told her, I said, I need you to call these two people for me, please. And ask for prayers, please get the support of the high priestesses for me, because the people that I would trust, to pray for me and to hold me and stuff. And so she was updating people, and she said to me, how did I say it? I said, oh yeah, so my other friend from Texas, she's like, yeah, I know what it was, because my friend Rebecca called her and said, how did she say it? And she was telling me, we were having this conversation last night. I had a 3-hour talk with my friend from Texas, and we were chatting about this, and I was kind of filling in some blanks. And she said, yeah, she called me and said, hey, it's about Bridgette, and it's serious. She's in the hospital, and it's serious. And then she told her, she's like, she might not live. She might not survive. And then she said, she was very honest with her, and then she was updating her and saying, okay, now there's a risk of stroke. They're saying there's a risk of stroke. She's been on the bypass too long. They don't know what the cognitive issues are going to be. And I guess they didn't know if I was going to be with it or not. And I'm like, are you kidding me right now? Oh my God. And so I had 30 minutes, I didn't realize that I wouldn't let myself accept that I could possibly die. I wasn't thinking like that. I just said to the surgeon, well, fix me. He said, okay. And he did. But my brain's still trying to catch up. And if you look at me too, I I noticed this. I don't know if you guys are going to notice. I bet you will. When you look at me and I smile, the left side of my face, the left side of my body was the side that was affected by not having enough blood flow. So in the ambulance, in the hour and 15-minute ride from Provincetown, Massachusetts to Cape Cod Hospital, my face already started to I was already slurring my words, and my mouth, my tongue was heavy is how I described it. But then my face started to droop, and I didn't know that because I didn't really feel it, but my whole side of my face drooped here, and my hand kind of curved in like this. And my friend was holding my hand on my right hand. I think she was holding my right hand while I was getting my IVs and stuff in. And I don't really remember a lot because I was kind of in and out of things because my blood pressure was dropping and then coming back and dropping. And when it was dropping, I'd go kind of out of it. And it was a whole freaking thing. I'm lucky I made it to the hospital. I mean, there's so many things that I'm so just grateful for, like I can't, like, am I grateful? I don't know. Right away I was super grateful, and now I'm so contemplative about things because I'm thinking about my past, and now I'm thinking about like decisions that I've made in my life, and I had this really strong sense of my life's been good. I've had lots of opportunities. I've had multiple careers. I've been successful. I've been to college. I've been married twice. I've had children. I've had dogs. I've had multiple homes, gorgeous fucking houses, okay? Gorgeous. I've built, I built a townhouse. I built my first house. I built my second house. Yeah, so I've built multiple homes. Like, I'm lucky. People don't get to do this shit, and I've done it, right? I've had a boat. I've had nice cars. I've had promotions. I've had titles. I've had opportunity. I've been privileged. I have had all the things. And then I've also gotten to discover parts of myself like I'm psychic. Holy shit. And oh, by the way, I'm also a queer woman. Holy crap. And the last 2 years have been this incredible spiral into myself, into places in myself I didn't even know I had or I existed, and trying to understand all these facets and parts of me, wherein trying to like be the things that everybody wants me to be or expects me to be, like be the psychic in this way and be the psychic that channels this person and be the psychic that channels this person. And oh my God, you have to channel this way. And oh my gosh, you should channel this way. And oh my gosh, you should do this. And oh my gosh, you should do that. And yeah, okay, I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want. And by the way, I'm going to swear a lot now because apparently when I came out of anesthesia, all I could say was fuck. I'm kind of teasing, but the truth is I really am sweary, and my favorite word is fuck. So as I was saying, now you're going to notice I skip ahead and then I come back, okay? I already was kind of ADHD anyway, but now you're going to notice it for a while, at least for a while, probably the next month or so, especially until I get my meds balanced, because I'm a little forgetful and I get tired, really tired. So, but it doesn't affect my psychic. Oh, just a minute. Let me grab this thing here. The crazy thing is it doesn't affect me being psychic at all. In fact, being psychic is really easy. Like, it's too easy, kind of. Like, I never do this, you guys, but I randomly called my friend from Texas. I don't know if she'd appreciate me saying her name, so I'm just going to call her my friend from Texas. She's a psychic too. She's a really good psychic too. And she's the one I trust to do my family's psychic reading. So she's a really good psychic too. And I called her and I said, oh, just a minute. Grab this here. I don't want this to fall over. Sorry, I got this thing over here and I don't want it to fall over. I kind of messed with it and I shouldn't have done that. Oh, okay. Just give me a second. Oh my gosh. Ooh. Oh, there's one more thing okay, so see, I'm skipping. It's gonna happen, you guys, I'm gonna skip. Just stay with me. Stay with me. I need to go back to the face thing. So I notice, nobody else supposedly notices, and if they do, they're not saying that they notice, but this side of my face is definitely impacted a bit. And I'm hoping in a couple months it'll go back, or I'm hoping if I can do like exercises or something, because this side's a little bit, I mean, you can't really tell when I smile, but I can tell when I'm talking, like this side kind of goes up more than this side does. And I know I kind of had a little bit of that before, like a little before, because I was just being cute, Because I'm being flirty. But now I definitely, I notice it a bit more. Oh, I got my hair cut, by the way, finally. If you were watching me on my TikTok channel or on Facebook or YouTube and stuff before when I was in Maine, I was complaining about my hair. Of course I was, because it was like, I had been like 7 weeks post haircut, which does not work for me. No, it does not. And so I did get it finally shaved underneath. And actually it's quite long, but today I puffed it up a little bit. I puffed it up a little bit. Yeah. Anyway. All right. So I know I was talking about my friend from Texas. I can't remember what I was saying, so I guess I'll skip that. Let me just take a peek at let me take a peek at, I don't have my computer. My computer's at the townhouse. And I can't be at the townhouse right now. I have to be at the main house because I need everything on one level, because apparently, like, people are shocked when they see me and they look at me because they're like, wait, what? You had heart surgery? I'm like, oh yeah, see, you want to see my scar? I'm all like, look at my scar. But I have to remember too that it was recent. It wasn't like 8 months ago. It was like recent, but and I have to give myself some time, some patience for sure to heal and to do that again. But so channeling. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the psychic piece. I have lots of support from a couple of psychic friends of mine that are, that I can talk to and check in with my energy and keep myself really at my center and my core. And I've been super, super psychic when it comes to, I have a spirit guide, an archetypal energy that stepped forward and was like, I am with you. And I'll talk to you a little bit about her if you'd like to hear that. And so on Above Life channel, the videos I'm going to do for the next however long, I don't know, because it could just randomly change in a heartbeat. You know how that goes. I am going to channel how it feels right to channel for me right now, because my energy it's really important for me to keep the cocoon and to allow myself to heal physically inside. And like I said, I can still totally be psychic, even if my brain doesn't always remember. Like short-term memory, it goes, psh, all of a sudden it's gone. I'm like, oh, what was that? But being psychic's not that hard. It's not difficult. And one-on-one, it's not that hard. So like I remember what I was going to say. My friend from Texas, I don't ever do this, but I did for her. I called her up and I said, all right, messaged her. I did an audio message and I said, oh my gosh, I just got this hit this morning, because in the morning is when I'm like on target, like I have energy. And then the rest of the day I'm like, going downhill. But I'm like, oh my gosh. This, and this. You need to use this oil and this oil and this oil, and this is what needs to happen, because she's working on this project thing and this thing. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this came through. I said, I got a hit for you. And I never do that. I don't just randomly get stuff for people. I don't do that. Please, I don't have time to be digging around in other people's energy. That is dirty and messy and a pain in the ass, and I don't got time for that shit. And all of a sudden I'm like, oh, blah, 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 blah. But because she's a friend, right? And because I'm working with this archetypal energy that's connected to what she's also working with. And all of a sudden I'm like, oh, blah, 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 blah. Plus she's a friend, a psychic friend. So I'm like, hey, yeah. Like she'd let me know too if she got a hit for me. And so I'm like, hey, blah, blah, blah. So I think people just expect me to like have hits for them. Like, oh, what about this? And me to just randomly go, oh, yes, and yes, and yeah. I am not doing that right now. That is way too much effort. I don't need to like spin on my head and break dance for people to show that I have all these gifts and skills and look how great I am. I don't got energy for that, you guys. I think they cut out my ego. At least a big chunk of it. Whereas before I might be like, hey, let me show you how great I am as a psychic, because I am really fucking good as a psychic, as a coach, and guess what? As a healer. Like I am a whole total package, baby. Like if you were swiping right and left on the psychics, if there was a psychic channel, and just like how dating apps are and you're swiping right and left, I would be the most popular one on there. Why? Because I love myself. Because I love me. And the people that I'm in alignment with, I love them too. Like, I love you guys because you're here. Thanks. So there's a lot of good stuff, available. So I'm not sure what this is going to look like in the short term, but I can tell you that I'll have content for you. I'll have videos for you. And I'm going to talk to you about psychic stuff, and I might channel. Like, I have connected with a few of my spirit guides that I love, like Prince and Freddie Mercury. And I did connect with Matthew Perry just briefly. And actually John Ritter popped in because he had the exact same thing that I had. And Matthew Perry did have a heart thing, just so you know. And so I wasn't surprised by that, because right after it happened, I told my sister, I said, oh, did you hear about Matthew Perry? And she said, yeah. I said, oh, he had a heart thing. She's like, oh, I don't think they know yet. I said, no, he did. He's like, oh yeah, the heart thing. I'm like, I know. Do you know why everybody's having heart issues, you guys? Because we're empaths. And do you know what I'm going to help you with in the new year? Taking care of yourself in your heart. Not just taking care of yourself like it's a secondary thing, but like it is the place to be. It is where we have strength. It's where we source everything. It's where we're psychic, we're intuitive. We can make great choices for our lives, for relationships, for our kids, for our careers. All of it comes from the center core of being healthy in our heart space. Not just physically, but emotionally, mentally, just the whole spiritual piece of everything, bringing it together and reconnecting that, There's a lot of opportunity for sure. Yeah. So, all right. So I really do want to say hi to you guys in this chat, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. A little small here. Nice to see you though. I'm not going to formally channel a celebrity right now, but I will share with you about the wise woman. I'm going to tell you about her. I should probably watch my time here too for you. Okay, let me say hello to you. Hello, Lindsay. Yeah, I know. I am going to need physical therapy. Yeah, I'm going to the cardiologist on Monday. And I will be in actual cardiac rehab is what's going to happen, because I have to build up the, my endurance and my heart space. I have to do that. And hello, Susan. Hello, Texas. A minute. Okay, I'm just going to remove some stuff. Okay, let me go back up. Okay, I'm going to look funny because I'm going to be like squinting, but I got to be able to see you guys. Joanna. Anne, hello. Darrell, hi, nice to see you. Thank you. Thank you, C. Thank you, Natalia. I think it says Natalia. Hi, Mike, nice to see you. Lola. Hello to Michigan. Hello, Melissa. Nice to see you. Another Sue. Hello, Elizabeth. Nice to see you. The Journey. Nice to see you. How am I? I'm working on it. Working on it. Hello, Jenny. Thank you for being the first one here. Okay. Hey, Lisa. Hi, nice to see you. Hello, Patricia. Nice to see you. Orlando. Oh my God, are you kidding me right now? Okay, I do need to shout out to. I'm not going to shout. I'm going to gently reach across the states, and I'm going to say hello to Maine. Oh, Maine, I miss you so much. I miss you, Maine. You You guys, Maine was so healing for me. So healing. The earth there was so good. Oh, it's so healing. Okay, so let's talk. Let's do some psychic-y stuff. We might want to stamp this. We might want to write the time on this. Oh, you're going to hear my doggy. My old doggy's hacking up along here. Okay, Ferris, Bueller. Are you going for the 8th day of this semester? Did anybody get that reference? Bueller. Yeah, Louis like 16. He's a miniature dachshund who's got some issues with his lungs and sinuses, and so you might hear him hacking up a lung here. It's okay. Oh, good boy. Okay. Anyway, so hey, he's still kicking it. Okay, we're going to do some psychic stuff. So let me tell you my psychic little story that kind of came up here. I've had a spirit guide that popped in for me that I started working with shortly after this whole crazy experience. Maybe I should just do a Q&A or something about my experience. That might be interesting. Anyway, I digress. I also am working on, I have somebody that's going to be helping me organize some stuff for a while because I can't keep myself organized and I have to do some things business-wise and work-wise and I need help. So my friend Ange is going to help me. We're going to collaborate and she's going to help me. She's going to coordinate stuff for me. Louis, why don't you lay down, honey? Do you hear him? He's kind of clicking across there he goes. He's going to sit in his bed. There you go. Yeah, good boy. Miniature dachshund. He's gorgeous, by the way. Very handsome. So I'm going to get some help with that, so that's good. But so shortly after the surgery, I had this realization. So part of it was because of my scar, right? And it's not like a vanity thing. I'm just going to be really clear on that. And even if it was, who the fuck cares? Like, it can be if it wants to be, but it's not like I'm some supermodel. And oh, by the way, it starts pretty high. It's pretty high, my scar is. And some people refer to it as a zipper. I do not. I refer to it as my staff. Like a long, tall, wise woman walking stick. And so I have a staff emblazoned on my body, which is the tool of an archetypal energy called the wise woman. And I just started reading this book, Women Who Run with the Wolves, wherein when I was in Maine, we were talking about this book and how we both had, Maine and I, we both had at a couple different times in our lives, had been gifted this book or suggested that we, oh, thank you, Joanna. Oh, nice. Thank you. She just did a super chat, which is like a donation. So thank you for that. I appreciate it. Very much. Thank you for that. That was very sweet of you. But Women Who Run with Wolves, we both at our, the person I was staying with who was actually caregiving me. She was so great. Oh, I miss her so much. Anyway, okay, so let's focus. Hocus pocus focus. Hey, Queen, nice to see you. Thank you. We talked about how different times in our lives this book has come to us, but we never read it. We couldn't read it, like twice for me besides this time. And then she and I decided that we would read it together, and it's pretty freaking amazing. And it has to do with also that archetypal energy of that wise woman or the wild woman. And for me, the archetypal energies of the 13 moon oracle, if you're interested in playing yourself with going deeper, let me see, not playing, but, well, I don't want it to be like too serious. So going deeper with divine feminine energies, the archetypal energies, how they're coordinated by the 13 moon oracle deck, which is a card deck, or the 13 moon mystery school is really, to me, very powerful. Like so powerful that even though I was like a full-on professional psychic, working as a psychic for years. When I started working with that deck probably 8 years ago, it was so intense that I could barely freaking use it. That's how amazing it is and how just rich and robust it is. And so now I follow it, and it's the work of Ariel Spilsbury. And you can get it. You can just order it like on Amazon or from her website. And she, oh, there's another one. Did we get another one? Nice. Oh, Deja, hi, honey. You better be doing your schoolwork. Deja's a student. You better be doing your schoolwork. We need you in this world. Social workers are my favorite now. I have a friend who's a social worker that I just love. Yeah. Anyway, so that energy of that wise woman is one of the archetypes in the 13-1 Oracle, and the way that those are channeled in, and they're kind of clustered in this grouping of what the wise woman represents is so powerful. And of the archetypal energies, I had not ever really aligned myself with the wise woman energy before. It seemed more crone-like, more grandma-like, more a little crazy, a little older. Let's just be honest here. I know I'm 50. I'm 50. I'm actually north of 50. In 2023, I turned 50. Which apparently in the CVICU, by the way, is very young. Like everybody else, I was walking by their rooms, they're like practically dead. I'm like, wow, they are not used to living people that survive here, are they? I was like, holy shit, this place is depressing. Because literally, I don't know how many people actually survive this shit. And if they do, they're frequent flyers and they come back and get fixed again, in which I don't want to ever come back and get fixed again. Oh my goddess. So that wise woman archetypal energy, I think I just never really identified with the crone necessarily, or with the ancestors. And plus, there's trends. There's trends with psychic stuff, right? And all of a sudden, everybody's into ancestors. And now everybody's dealing with their ancestors. Everybody's digging up the graves of their ancestors and trying to figure out what their ancestors are telling them. I'm like, can we please stop looking at the past? Can we just connect with the parts of inside ourselves where our ancestors live, where our past lives, and mine that wisdom? Can't we just do that? How about we do that? Let's do that in 2024. Shall we work on that? Let's do that. Because in my experience, leaving your body to figure out shit is not the way to go, because coming back to your body is very difficult. Let me just tell you from my recent experience, and trying to incorporate back into your body is not easy. And there's a little bit of side effects from that, let me tell you, because I did it. I want to get back into my body, because I was looking at my body and I was like, what the heck is happening to this? I am not going to live like this. This is messy. This is not the scenario that I did not sign on for this. I'm not doing this. I'm just going to go to spirit. No, it's hard to get back in your body. And so instead of finding answers outside of yourself, call the wisdom up from inside. Use your inner temple, use your heart space. This is where it's at. I'm telling you, I have some profound insights. I think it's profound. It's working for me, and I'll share it with you into the new year if you want to work with me. But for now, I'm focusing on my shit, right? My beautiful stuff. All right, so this wise woman energy, she comes in and it's like, I have this huge staff. The first time I actually got to look at my scar was in the hotel. Like I could look down and see it, and I could feel it. I could feel it, let me tell you. And first time I really saw it was in the mirror at the hotel. We stayed at a hotel across the street for 2 nights. That was the deal I made in order to be able to get out of the ICU. They're like, can you stay in town? We need you to stay here in case there's any issues. And I'm like, okay, we'll stay across the street at the hotel, which was really freaking expensive. So thank you for helping to pay for that, because oh my God, I don't have $600. Stuff is expensive in New England. How do you people live? Crazy. Anyway, so we stayed across the street, my sister and I. for 2 nights to make sure I could because I couldn't really walk very well yet. I mean, I could walk, but I didn't have stamina, like way worse than I am now, like very tired and didn't have a lot of stamina. And I was very off balance because of the meds, trying to figure out not the IV meds now. I was on like tablet meds and it was different, and it still is kind of weird. It's like there's this assumption that was made that all of a sudden I have high blood pressure, which I don't. I've never had it. That's why they're like, wait, this doesn't make sense. You don't have high blood pressure. I'm like, no shit, I don't. Why are you giving me meds to lower it? Crazy people. But nobody would listen to me because, I had surgery and I clearly didn't, I guess, know what I was talking about. Frustrating. I have a whole bunch of stories. That's another TED Talk, let me tell you. And so we're at this hotel and I'm looking at myself in the mirror and I have pictures of this and I posted it on my TikTok, I think. I should do it here. I wonder if YouTube would let me, because it's very graphic. Like it's pictures of me with my robe open and you can't see any of my private parts. You can see close to my private, but you can't see my private parts. But you can see this big, huge wound going down my body. And now it's getting it's getting better as time goes on and stuff. But it was pretty intense, right? Shocking to look at. And it had a big strip over the top of it. So you could see the blood and stuff, I mean, it was startling. And I was just looking at it and I was just like, it made me sad. I cried a bit. And then I called my friend, Rebecca, and I said, I hope she's okay with me using her name. I think she would be. And I said, oh my God, I have a staff. It's a staff. The Wise Woman walking stick is on my chest. I have a staff. And for years, I've really identified, especially the last few years, with the masculine energy of the sword. And I've talked about that. And I actually have a dagger just in August that I got tattooed on my body, right? On my thigh, my left thigh. And so I really align with the sword. And I said, oh my God, I've been initiated or anointed. I've been given the staff. I said, oh my God. This is important because a couple of days, literally the week before I went on my trip, which would have been, I left on October 8th, 2023. And so the week before that, my psychic birthday was October 1st, and 19 years old, psychically. And she and I were talking, and I was talking to her about this priestess temple that she hosts. And it's this beautiful connection to the sacred feminine from the snake priestess energy. And I'm like, And from the tantric, kundalini, sacred sensual feminine part of that, I feel that, I can relate to that, I can connect to that. But the energy of the staff, I couldn't relate to. I told her, I said, I just don't connect to the tool of the staff. I'm like, can I use something else like a scepter or something? Or can I use a sword? And she's like, no, it's not. That's not what it is. That's not what the energy is. It's connected to the earth, which is the staff or the walking stick of the wise woman energy is the staff. And I'm like, well, maybe I don't fit with that, because I've been thinking about it. I'm like, maybe I'll study that with her. Because I'm drawn to the sacred sensual part of it and the feminine and the empowerment of the body and the embodiment and the magic of that Shakti energy. And I've been really in that Tantrika energy. I appreciate that, right? I definitely do. And so when this happened, I called her and I said, oh my God, I have the staff. I'm like, oh, guess maybe I'm into that now. It's just crazy. But that is the tool of the wise woman, the staff. And it's the walking stick. It's not because she's weak and she can't stay standing, but because it gives her balance. It gives her that wholeness and that constant reminder of that third point of contact, which if you know me, you know I talk about 3 points of contact. When you're grounding yourself, for me, it's always 3 points. So it's your 2 feet plus your root chakra into the earth. It's 3 points of contact, which create a triangle. And for me, that triangle is truth. It means what's true. And so it resonates so deeply for me. And so, of course, with 2 feet and the staff, it's that triangle. So that makes sense. That's just really, wow. And it's connected to earth. And earth is the most basic form of love, of the energetic, of feeling very stable and steady and connected to the time that is right now. And in the times that we are in right now, we need that. We need the basics, you guys. We need the basic connection of what is love is presence. And what is presence is the time that is now. It's not dwelling on the things that have happened in the past or the trauma that's happening external outside in the world. An awareness of this in the context of the greater good and the universe and the world and humanity is important to have, but it is so essential for us to acknowledge that the way that we fix anything or repair or heal the harm is by presence. Our presence in this moment, and then being able to draw up the fullness of what is available to us as far as resources go. So the earth energy, that presence energy of the time that is now, and what you are able in your full capacity to access, drawing it up from the earth and then expressing it into your life, whether it be with your kids, at your workplace, or in your business, or whatever that looks like for you, or in your body and the way that you're caring for yourself, or how you're choosing to feed yourself or feed your children, or whatever that looks like to you, that is where it's at. Because when you are in that fullness and presence and love, then when you donate to people who are in crisis, you're not doing it from a place of, oh, I'm so glad I'm not you. You're not doing it from a place of fear, like, oh my God, lack, sacrifice, loss, grief. Oh my God, you're not doing it from a place in yourself that you are distracting from and projecting outward all your misery onto these other people's scenarios. And that's really what we've been doing all along. That's why we're so messed up. So we got to get back to this, like walking the earth with the wise woman energy and the wisdom that she has, because we are that. We are wise in our presence. And it's when we have those moments that is quiet, that is when we are at one with the simple thing, where we can hear ourselves in this sacred form. We can feel ourselves. There isn't any fear. There isn't any loneliness. There's not separation. There's just this rhythm of knowing. And that wise woman brings that forward. Now, she does show up as a crone. She can show up muse-like, creative. She can show up as an alchemist. So for those of you who love that Merlin energy, or that Wiccan energy, or the pagan energy, that she definitely could assist and work with you in a lot of different ways, for sure. And she could be the energy of your personal grandmother, imparting the wisdom to you, And it's not about learning from other people's mistakes. It's not about that. It is not about mistake. Okay, it's not about regret. It's not about the past. It's about what is here that you get to link into for your presence, your essence now in the moment. And there's no time to waste. Let me tell you, I thought I had the flu, okay? And I was flying down the highway in an ambulance, fading fast. Okay, I should have been dead. 85% of people who have an aortic dissection don't make it to the hospital, they die. And the people that were helping me, the EMTs and my friend in the ambulance, it was assumed that I was having a stroke until I got a CT scan in the ER. And they were like, no, this is not a stroke. And a stroke is a byproduct of an aortic dissection and of aneurysm, as you might know. And so there were so many layers upon layers of things that could have went wrong for me. And I didn't have time. Do you understand? I called 2 of my children and I didn't have time. And I didn't have the presence of mind to say goodbye or anything like that. And looking back, I would have, and I have since, recorded a goodbye in an audio format to them in case something like this were to happen again. Because there are some risks now moving forward. I'll know more after I go to the cardiologist and I get scans. And now I'm going to need some, for the rest of my life, I'm going to need scans and things like that to keep myself as healthy as possible. I also had a valve replacement, by the way, so it wasn't just the replacement of the part of the aorta, the 10 inches of the aorta, which is freaking crazy. 10 inches, that's a lot. I looked at the thing the other day, the ruler, and I was like, oh my God, I didn't even know I had that much stuff in there. Oh my God. And also had a valve replaced. And so there's things I need to be mindful of, right, for the future. But my point is, you don't really know. I had no idea, you guys. I had no idea. And the thing is, though, is I didn't have any regrets aside from I wish I would have recorded a goodbye to people just so that they could hear from me. But I knew and I know that the people who I love, the people who matter to me, who are so important in my life, who I've appreciated so much, they know. They know. The people I love know that I love them. They know. They know. And I reached out to some key people to let them know to take care of those other people so that those people would know for sure, you know? Keep them updated. Please let them know what's happening, because they'll be worried if they don't hear from me, or they might energetically feel or tap into what's going on, and they might be afraid and not sure, and then they might be trying to tap into me, which, by the way, we're going to have a conversation here, people. We're going to have a lesson about energy and just spraying energy at people, because I don't want everybody's energy. No, thank you. Please don't give me your energy. I don't need your energy. I don't need 15 pairs of old boots in my house. I have a pair. It's good. But what I can use is the amplification of love. So light a fucking candle, okay? Do that. Light a candle and amplify love, and that's it. Don't give me your energy or what you think is good. I mean, that sounds kind of rude to say that, but don't do that. Don't assume that people need your particular healing energy. You can pray, or you can ask an angel, or you can ask the higher self of the person. Do it properly. Do it properly. There is a wrong way to give people energy. Don't give people energy. People don't need your energy. You need your fucking energy. Okay? Keep your energy. Be the best person you can be. You want to help me? You be the person that you can be. You want to help me? You love yourself. That's how you help me, please. That's the legacy. Love. Okay? I appreciate your well wishes and your thoughts and your prayers. I totally appreciate that. That's sweet. That's beautiful. But please don't try to heal me. Please don't do that. I have a hard enough time as an empath trying to keep away the energy. And that's why I have psychic friends that have tried to protect my energy, because people are just spraying their energy at me. I'm like, stop, please stop. Just light a candle, amplify the love, and please imbue it with yourself. Please give back to yourself. That is the best. That would make me so happy. That would make me feel so blessed and grateful for you to take care of yourself. Please just do that. Please do that. Mic drop. Boom. Let's have some tea. I know. See, that's the other thing, you guys. I'm not even worried about being rude anymore. I'm just going to say, I don't have time. What if I walked over to the bathroom and fell over because I had a heart attack? Because chances are, if something like that happened to me, I would be dead. Because I know I had 3 chances to be alive, and I know the 4th time I'll be gone, and I know that. And if something starts to happen to me, I'm just going to go lay on my bed and I'll be gone. This is what I know. I mean, that's blunt to say, but it's the truth, you guys. So whether that be 10 years from now or 30 years from now, I'm good. My life has been good. And now we're going to really make a fucking impact, and you're going to help me. Do you understand me? You're going to help me. And we're going to make a fucking impact by creating a legacy of love. And you need to do your part. Do you understand me right now? Don't be feeling sorry for me and worrying about me. I mean, that's sweet, obviously, I know. But the truth is, you got to be worrying about yourself. I need you to be taking care of yourself and dealing with your shit, please. Can you do that? Can you start to do that? Can you promise me that you will at the very least light a candle for yourself and love, amplify your love, just love, love, love. Can you do that? Please do that. Let's do that. Can we just do that, please? Do that. Legacy of love, please. Let's do that. Okay, so now I'm going to read my comments a little bit. Oh, that wasn't smart. Shit, just give me a second. Oh, motherfucker. I forget. Okay, I have this little joke. I'm like Buzz Lightyear right now. To infinity and beyond, and I can move I move very rigidly, like the upper part of my body has to be very straight. And did you see me just kind of tweak a little? That was not comfortable. That fucking hurt, okay? Because my rib cage is like wired together. I know how gross is that, right? That's a little graphic, but it's legit the truth. It's wired to freaking together. And so the back hurts and the sides hurt and the ribs are all bruised on the side. So it's painful. So if I move forward and back, it's fine. But if I twist a little and I forget, which I do sometimes, which is a great blessing, but also painful when I remember, it hurts. It fucking hurts. So, okay, okay. All right, so let's take a peek. I am going to do, by the way, this week for Thanksgiving, I'm going to do some thank yous because I have tons of letters, first initials for everybody that donated to me. And I should add J on here. There's first initials of all these people that donated, and I want to do cards. I'm going to do thank you cards. I'm going to do them on a video. Probably a couple of videos because I got a lot of wonderful people that donated, whether it be $10 or 1,000 or 500 or 150 or 50 or 20 or whatever. Thank you. That was awesome because it didn't have a tremendous financial hit when I was traveling across the country because I had your support for the 6 nights of hotel I needed and the 2 different times that I had to rent a minivan, one for 4 days and one for 3 days. So, I mean, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Okay, so let me just go in here and say, you are strong. Thank you. Yeah, damn right I am fucking strong. Holy shit, I am. I'm a little disappointed that I won't be able to box. And I haven't gotten a straight answer from when that would ever happen again. I might have to kickbox with my legs. I loved boxing with I can't. I'm sure it's more than a year out. But you never know. Sarah, hi, nice to see you. Whew. Dana, hi, nice to see you, my dear. Sorry, guys, I know this is it Mila? Mala? Quinette. Lindsay, I already said your name, I think. Hey, guys, thank you. Oh, I did say thanks to Joanna, right, for the... Hey, Sarah, hi. Hey, Jessica. How am I feeling? Oh, that's a good question. Right now I'm pretty happy. I'm in a good spirits, but my mood is up and down. That's normal. It's very normal when you've had major surgery. And I'd say, so mentally, right now I'm feeling pretty happy. I'm feeling pretty positive. And usually that's the case in the mornings. I'm pretty cheerful in the mornings. Let's get rid of this person. Remove. There we go. Let's block this person because they're spamming. Oops. Just a minute. Let me report. There we go. Okay. All right, so yeah, so how am I feeling? Mentally, it's kind of up and down. I guess there's a lot, you can get depression and anxiety with this kind of thing, I guess, after like a long surgery. And I am bummed about not being able to be on my hormones. I had hormone replacement therapy. I was on multiple hormones since like March of this year, which I can't be on because it can challenge or create problems with the aorta, with the actual issue in that big heart muscle there, that heart and the aorta. So yeah, it's a thing. Just remember, you are badass. Thank you. Just a minute. Okay. I physically, the last 2 days I've been really tired. And so I'm trying to give myself this space and room to just rest. I've watched like a ton of Christmas movies. And like I said, I'm in the main house. And so it's all one level here. So like I have a bathroom and I've been sleeping on the couch because the couch is super comfortable. It's really squishy. And it's because it's small, I can roll into one side a little bit. I'm a side sleeper. That was the biggest trauma, I think, for me. In the ICU, I couldn't move at all and I couldn't sleep at all, as you can imagine, because it's loud there anyway with all the, plus I had like drainage tubes in my body. I couldn't move. I had three big tubes coming out of me and I couldn't and then I had like stuff. I was wired up here on this side and this side. I had all these everything all over the freaking place for like 4 days. And then stuff started to come off after like the 5th day. So that was good, but it was hard to sleep right and left and stuff. So now I'm on the couch here, which really does help. I tried to sleep in the bed. There's a master bedroom here that I can sleep in, and I tried for like a day or two and I just couldn't do it. It just didn't feel as comfortable. I got stuck at one point on my back too flat and I was like, I can't. I couldn't roll over. I'm like, hell, I can't roll over. And it's painful because I'm supposed to like barrel roll. I can't push, I can't pull, I can't reach, I can't lift, I can't use my arms. You'd be surprised at how much you use your arms for things. Opening cupboards, the refrigerator. Cupboards is easy because it's lightweight. I can do that and I'm better now. I can reach over my head a little bit, but I can't do like both arms over my head. So like to do my hair, it doesn't work very well. Can't do that yet, but I should be able to. I'm going to ask the cardiologist if I can start doing that now. And I don't feel a lot of pain as much. It just feels like kind of strain. So just the fatigue and then kind of dealing with the meds because there's side effects of the meds which kind of suck, which is tired, and then one of them makes you a little moody. So I take that one at night because I don't want to be an asshole. That's not fun. I'll be an asshole. And the fact that I can't walk like 3 miles a day like I usually, it's been hard to not be active. So I'm just starting back now. I give myself a little dance break, like a song or two where I just move the bottom part of my body, like my legs and my feet, and I step back and forth side to side. And I do like 2 songs in the kitchen in the morning, and I'm like, okay, that's my little exercise. And then now I just said, okay, I think I'm going to commit to trying to walk a mile a day. I can do half mile, no problem, but I haven't done a mile. So I'm going to try to move up a little bit and see if I can do that and then start to kind of ease into that a little bit more because I can walk. I mean, there's no restrictions on walking. I can walk. So we'll have to kind of see kind of how that goes. So yeah, so I'm doing okay. I mean, I have times when it's really not great. I'm just really tired. Usually that happens later in the morning and in the afternoon. And, but otherwise, I mean, I can't complain. I don't have pain meds. I did have major meds that you would imagine, painkillers and stuff, during my stay in the ICU. And then here comes another doggy. Hi, Toby. Hi, Tobes. Hi, T-Bone. How you doing, baby? And then the first week out, was it the first week? Yeah, but I only used half a dose. I only used half a pill, and at night before I went to bed, because that was when it was the most painful. Like I couldn't sleep. I needed to sleep. I was having a really hard time sleeping. And so I did that. And so then after that, I didn't need to take it. I just take Tylenol when I need to. And I usually take that once or twice, maybe twice a day, like 1,000 milligrams or something like that. So yeah, so thanks for asking. I appreciate it. Oh, hi, Aditi. Nice to see you. Hey, thanks for your thing too. I saw that. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, pain. I know a lot of people understand about pain. You guys, honestly, I had no idea how bad it is to try to live with pain. I had no freaking clue. And so I'm very fortunate. It's not bad. Like I can live. It's not a big deal. I overdo it sometimes, like when I take a shower and if I'm like doing my hair and shaving and all that, if I do the whole kit and caboodle, it's like, oh, sometimes it gets me. But that's going to change in time. And the stronger my body can get, the healthier I can eat, and the more I can take care of myself. And I think the better it's going to be, Like I'm fortunate because I feel like I'm rebuilding. I don't feel like I'm stuck in a place. Whereas some people that have disease, like a lupus, I have a friend that has lupus, for example. I mean, she gets hammered, like right now she's got shingles, and oh my God, it's like horrible for her. She's like, talk about being strong. She's fucking strong, She deals with stuff on a daily basis that I cannot. There's no freaking way. I don't know how that, but it's weird because you don't really know until you're in that situation, and then you kind of handle it. I don't know, like I was so getting into the ambulance, I was like, I said to my friend, I said, can you hold my hand while I get the IVs? Please just hold my hand while I get the IVs. And she's like, of course I will. And I'm like, oh, I don't like IVs. And then I'm like fast forward a couple days later, I'm like, IV, no problem. They had to take one out and put one in. I had one in my freaking neck. I had one in my ankle. I had one in my wrist. I had one in each of my bends of my arm. I had them all over the freaking place. And I was like, no big deal. You want me to do it? I'll just put it in there myself. It's fine. Whatever. You know what I mean? I'm like, whatever. Your perspective dramatically changes, right? And your threshold, your tolerance changes too, I think. So yeah, I can't even imagine constant pain. Oh my God. We should do something about that. We should do something like tapping, EFT tapping, or some kind of meditation, or some kind of healthy thing that could like transcend, not escape the physical body, but wrap the physical body in an energy, like how people do like fancy spa treatments and they like wrap their body in seaweed. Like, why can't we wrap our body in energy of like Archangel Raphael healing or something? Like, why can't we do that, Like, and for me, I should mention too, so besides the wise woman energy, I also had my friend Archangel Gabriel. I had the energy of gold wrapped around my lungs and my rib cage. I could literally see when I was telling my friend Rebecca about the wise woman, and oh my gosh, I have this thing emblazoned down my chest, and now this wise woman is like guiding me in my work and stuff. And she told me like 3 things, and like, she's like, okay, garnet is your crystal that you can use. It's part of your medicine right now. Garnet, which is like a beautiful red stone. And the water is your element now to work with, which is totally the opposite of the fire that I've had. Like, this is a whole new phase of life right now for me. And so I'm working with these different energies, right? The staff and the earth also, right? So it's a whole freaking thing. Yeah, it's crazy. I can't even imagine that. But the energy of the gold and the wrapping in my chest, my entire rib cage, all of the rib cage, like I imagine like a skeleton with like the shoulder bones and the collarbone and the ribs and the spine and the hips like that. I could see it in just this beautiful, such a like a glowing gold light, like a almost like a little bit of like a lightning or something, like an alchemical yellow gold. Yeah, it was really cool. And it was Gabriel. And I told my friend Rebecca after the emblazoned freaking staff on my body, I'm like, oh my God, I have a staff. I got a staff on my chest. Which then I couldn't be mad about having a big scar because it's beautiful, right? Like it's a gift from the goddess, it's like an honoring. How could I like ever reject that? I mean, come on, you're anointed by the archetype. You're going to be like, okay, thank you for the gift, or the perspective of how this is a gift and that alchemical energy and the transformative energy of how it is a gift, right? The actual imagery of it, the physical symbolism of it. And so this golden yellow it was just like around my whole chest. So I'm like, okay, this is medicine for me. This is like my solar plexus wrapping my heart energy in this just beautiful purpose and matter, like something like this matters, So I'm like, yeah, no shit, it matters. Oh my God. So anyway. All right, so I got to wrap up, you guys, because I got a kid doing school I got to go check on. Jessica, Sarah, Aditi, Queen, Durrell. Okay. All right, you guys, I'm going to wrap up. Thank you so much for being here and for supporting me and my work and my healing journey. And so this week is Thanksgiving in the United States. That's Thursday. And then Friday is Black Friday. And so I suspect I'll be online one of those days. I'm not sure which one, to do some thank you cards. And so when I mean thank you cards, I mean thank you cards. And what I'll do is I'll say your initial, and there's multiple initials. So yeah, if there's like 5 L's, you just have to receive all the L's and feel which one's for you, or receive them all. Because there are like 5 L's that donated to me. So I appreciate that. And I'm opening myself to receive during that time as well. So I'll do live streams. I don't know what time yet. For sure on Friday I'm going to do them. But I don't know about Thursday yet because I want to watch the parade. And that's in the morning, and that's like my best time. So we'll have to see. I might do something later. I'm not really going anywhere for Thanksgiving. I'm just staying home. It's going to be just quiet. Really simple, basic. No big whoop-de-doo, nothing like that. So for sure Friday I'll do something. So. All right. Thank you so much for watching Above Life channel. It is my pleasure to connect with you today. Remember, this is your life after all, and you get to live it. Oh my God, it's so funny. Like really, my tagline is, you get to live it, just live it. Yeah, and I like almost freaking die. It's just crazy. It's crazy. All right. Thanks everybody for being here. I appreciate you.